going, guys? All right, first off, sorry about the delay between posts here. Everything has kind of just been going crazy all at the same time. Work has really ramped up for me right now. I'm working 10-hour days, but it's 13 hours door to door. So during the week, I've got barely any time just to get home, eat, shower, and go to bed. Also, my band, we're really ramping up. We're getting really close to being able to release our next single. So I've been working a lot on that, the music video for our next single. Super excited to share that with all of our fans and stuff like that. So that's been busy. And on top of that, the cold weather is coming in. So really, I'm just trying to get as much stuff done with the car before I've had to park it. It kind of looks like, as of right now, the car is parked. But I've got a bunch of videos that are ready to go to keep going even into the winter here, because being in Canada, it is kind of annoying not being able to drive my car for months at a time while we wait for the winter to pass. It's kind of depressing, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Anyways, back to it. This video is the first track day I had with my car after I put the cam in. So now, my usual disclaimer, as you guys know, I live in Edmonton, so Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. We are 2,300 feet above sea level at Castrol Raceway, our racetrack out here. That means that everything around here is running about a half second slower as a general rule of thumb, depending on your DA, of course. Now, normally at the end of the race season, as you saw, if you guys have been subscribed to me or following me for the last year or so, last year I made a run out to Vancouver to Mission Raceway. It's about 12 hours to the west, right off the west coast. They're right at sea level. I like to do that right at the very end of the year just because it allows me to get a couple really good times at sea level, so you guys can see just straight up track times, no corrections, no anything of what my car is running, so you can easily compare it. Kind of nice to have that time slip at sea level. But this year, because of COVID, Mission Raceway is not doing street legals, they're not doing test and tunes, they're literally only doing their bracket racing league for racers around there. So I had no opportunity whatsoever to be able to go out there and race, unfortunately. So this year, the only thing that we have is times from my home track at Castrol Raceway in Edmonton, which is fine. I'm just going to throw up there the corrections afterwards. Not saying that the corrections are, hey, this is exactly what my car should run. It's just to give you a rough ballpark of what the car would run around at sea level, so you can compare it to your own tracks and stuff like that. And really, it kind of avoids a million comments of, hey man, there's something wrong with your car, or hey man, I was running that stock, or hey, you know, a bunch of comments like that. So that's why I'm gonna throw those corrected times up. Not only that, I'm gonna show you how I did it. So if you guys are running, like say in Colorado or something like that, where you guys are at a crazy elevation like me and you weren't sure how to time correct for the density altitude, I mean, this will give you a rough idea. It's not going to be a tutorial, but it'll show you roughly what you can do to see where your car compares, what it would have ran at sea level. Okay, anyways, let's get to it. All right, guys, my first race with a new cam is going to be against a Camaro SS. It's going to be their 5th gen. No idea what's done to it, anything like that. Oh man, I was so close to being lined up with the 392. I mean, just for comparison's sake, that would have been a really fun run. But we'll see how this goes. We'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Okay, he just... See ya. Well, very first run with the car, the new cam. We just took down a 5th gen Camaro SS. Not too shabby. Not too bad. And I didn't even get to stall up on that one. Guy went too far and started backing up, and by the time... Let me take this lid off. Oh man. The guy went too far, and then he started backing up. Got back to the start line and then came back and just touched the stage light, and boom, those lights came down. I wasn't sure if they were going to give him a minute because he had to back up and he was clearly not sure exactly what he was doing. But so I didn't really get to stall it up how I wanted to. I wanted to try a 2,000 RPM launch. That was pretty much a almost from idle launch, which was not ideal. But whatever, we left clean and we took out Camaro SS. Pretty cool. Good first run with the cam. Let's see what the time is. Hi there.
Look, I thought he was cutting you off.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. Thanks, man. Cheers. $13,310. 13,310 is a new best for me at this track. My previous best here was a 13,5. So that's a start anyway. That's a start. Okay guys, I'm just here on dragtimes.net's website. So you enter your date, you select your track, and then you click Get Info. Now under Get Info, you can select the time that you ran, and it's got all the weather data for that. You get to see me ninja away all these ads because the ads are ridiculous on this website. Anyways, select the time that you ran, and then it automatically punches that in down below. You can see that at the time, the equivalent density altitude I was running was 4,190 feet for that first run. So then you enter in your ET. For me, that was 13,330. And then your miles per hour, 107.04. And hit correct. Now that's going to give you 3 different times. So, my God, these ads are insane. So as you can see, that gives us 12.6 at 112 miles per hour for a mildly modified naturally aspirated engine, which my car probably falls close under that category. If you're more extensively modified, heads, you name it, the whole kitchen sink thrown at it, 12.8 is roughly what you'd run. And supercharged, it gives you another correction factor. So I would probably be somewhere 12.6, 12.7 range for my corrected factor at sea level. Got me going up against a BMW SUV, which honestly, I have no freaking idea how that's going to work out. Car's had a little bit of time to cool down, thankfully. Okay, let's do this. That was That felt really good. Well, gonna take a little bit of playing around with this launch a little bit to work out some of the quirks and kinks of this this new cam. The DA is really not good. While I was waiting for the car to cool down, I was just kind of punching in some numbers and checking to see what the DA was out. We're sitting around 3,300 feet above sea level, so it's not record-breaking times kind of night, but that's okay. I mean, I'm sure it's going to get a little better as the temperature cools down here, which is good. But my best run of the night corrected to about a 12.7, so still running quicker than we were, but room for improvement. So we'll keep tinkering and keep tweaking and see where the sweet spot in this setup is. I mean, that's part of the fun part about drag racing is so many people think it's literally you just go and hit the gas pedal, but really there's so much of a science to it, exactly what RPM to launch. Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
$13.2, new best. New best. Pretty good. Okay, for the second one, same deal. Enter in our date, select our track, get our weather data. Select your time, rounded to the nearest hour, of course. And okay, so you can see that we were at 4,037 feet above sea level. Enter in 1320 and 107 miles per hour again, and we get our corrected ET. That would have been about a 12.5 corrected at sea level. 12.5 or 12.6, not too bad. All right, after a little bit of a delay, we're back at it. Almost 10 p.m. now. Nice thing about Castro Raceway on their street legal nights, they'll run all night. They'll run as late as people stick around, which is awesome because you get to take advantage of at least some of the decent air to combat the elevation we're fighting. It's cool. I'm sure you probably can't see it on the GoPro. Unfortunately, I got it mounted too far back. Up here, there's a Challenger, the 1320 drag pack, the Scat Pack 1320. He's up there. It's plum crazy purple. Super nice old guy. I've been chatting with him all night. His best so far tonight is an 11.9, which is excellent, and it's a completely stock car. That's just that 392, that's 6.4 liter, and just having it dialed right in. I mean, it goes to show you that it's not always power, it's literally how you have the car dialed in and the suspension and getting it off the line makes a big difference. He's doing way better than all the other 392s I've seen here tonight. So we'll see what happens. I've got a 6th gen Camaro now. So I beat that 5th gen Camaro earlier. Now I got a 6th gen Camaro to race against. We'll see what happens. I don't know if this guy's modified or not. He might be. A lot of guys at Street Legal Night tend to be modified, but I haven't chatted with the guy, so I really don't know what he's got under the hood. So it will be a mystery. All right, tires are nice and warmed up. Let's see what happens here. I'm gonna give her a little bit of balls off the line. Really good launch. Right there with me. Right there with me. Oh, man, that was a close race. Really, really close race of that 6th gen Camaro. That's not bad. You know what? I'll take it. Yeah, I will definitely take that. It sounds like my prediction was somewhat right anyway. He's definitely making really similar power to me, obviously. They were really close. Really, really close. He probably only had like a car length or 1.5 cars by the time we hit the end of the quarter mile. So that's a really close race, especially for a 5.7 Hemi, which is kind of cool. Usually 5.7 Hemis trying to compete with 6th gen SS's, that's just not a thing. So that was good, and it didn't bog. Again, it was a really good launch. Perfect, thank you. Okay guys, same thing, select the track, we'll get our weather data, select our time we ran, and man, block these ridiculous ads like a ninja. Okay, as you can see, air had cooled down, 3,600 feet of density altitude at this point. We enter in our 13.3 at 107, and we correct it, and now we're looking at a 12.7, block that stupid ad, 12.7-ish. 12.7, 12.8. So at this point, I had let my car heat up a little bit just because I wanted to get one last run in for the end of the night. And just that little bit of not letting the car completely cool down between runs. That's why the last run we were running a 12.5-ish, and this run we ran a 12.7-ish. All right, guys, there you go. There you have it. There is my first track day with the new cam in. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I gotta say, if I've got one beef with Castro Raceway for their street legal nights right now, it's the fact that they never seem to pick really good matchups. It's kind of frustrating. You'll be lined up there with a Mustang or a Camaro, maybe even like I say a Scat Pack or another Challenger that's pretty close to what you'd be running. It'd be a really good race, and they throw you next to this crazy blown 9-second dragster that's fairly frustrating. Years past, they had a different guy that was lining up your matchups, and he was super good at picking good races. They've recently changed people, and they've got a little bit of learning to do. It's not, they're not as good at it this year. It's been a little bit rough finding a really good race. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that. Also, we're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers. Just want to say thank you guys so much for subscribing and checking out what I'm doing with the car, and just leaving comments. It's nice to chat with all you guys and just chat about what you're doing with your cars, any hints or tips or help that you guys want, or that you guys give me advice, anything like that. It's great to have a conversation. Nice to talk to a bunch of Mopar guys. All right, guys, till next time, take it easy.